welcome. I am Deanna and this is Ivycreates. Today I'm using a little wreath that I had gotten at a salvage store for like, I don't know, 90% off or something. And I'm taking some of the greens that I've gotten in various places like the Dollar Tree and I'm sticking them in. Now the back side of this wreath is like a grapevine looking piece, so it's very easy just to stick these in and underneath the wire that's wrapping the grapevine piece, and that way I don't have to glue it. And if I decide I want to do a different holiday with this wreath, I get multi-uses, my Double Duty Decor. So I'm putting in some like plastic eucalyptus, and I'm going to put in some Dollar Tree, like the little lavender bunches they have with the lamb's ear and stuff that's really pretty. To make me, for some reason, my spring this year is almost all lavender. And so I've been doing a lot of that. So I wanted to make it more country, lavender, spring looking, and instead of just being the greens. And then when I get to a different season, I can always go and change out the colors and just by pulling the greens out. Happy Easter, everyone. And again, this is Deanna with Ivycreates, and I have 3 wonderful DIYs for you today. And I'm going to have another one in my next video that's also Easter related. What I'm cutting apart now is some purple shamrocks. And I got these on sale like 90% off at Michael's, something like that. And they have worked for a number of things, but they're really, really cute. And so I'm just cutting the purple shamrocks and I'm going to stick them in and work them about my little wreath. And if you need to, you can always lay out your flowers and whatever you're going to use in advance, so that when you get to making it, it'll all be even and you have pieces everywhere that you need to have them, and you can lay them out on top and then just stick it in. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you subscribe, ring that notification bell, spread the love to your family and friends, and let them know, that they can find some really good creative crafts here and some Double Duty Decor. So now I'm just going to play around, because there are different ways you can always style things, and I try to do things that, like I said, I'll be able to use it multiple times. So this is just an example of how you could take the bow that I've made and put it on this wreath, and it would be just fine, just like this. So it's just an example. Now this bow, and I've done several other bow videos. You can go look up in my videos how to make a bow, and you'll be able to find all kinds of information on that. I've done 2 different videos. One of them is very long and intense, and it's got a lot of different kinds of bows and all about ribbon. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm using a Easter basket that I purchased from the Dollar Tree, and I am going to make that into a bonnet, an Easter bonnet. So some of you may know the Easter Bonnet song, and some of you may not. But anyways, I thought when I first looked at this, I'm like, oh my goodness, that would make the cutest little bonnet. And so I'm just now cutting the bottom part off as if, it were fabric or anything like that. And you could make something like this out of fabric using glue. You don't even have to sew it. So I'm going to sand the edges a little so it's not so stiff and, might cut me or anything, just to be safe. So I've taken it and I painted it white with my Dixie Belle white chalk paint on the outside. And I'm taking the wide ribbon, and I'm going to wrap this wide ribbon right around the, the part of the bonnet. So, and you can see the wide ribbon is burlap on bottom, and it's got the little like satiny blue on top. And you can see the same bow that I was using on the wreath I took off. And now I'm going to use it on my bonnet. And this is a bow of 2 bows, basically the back bow and the front bow, and I put them together. So the first thing I want to do is where the basket handles were, I'm just tying on some ribbon, because if you were tying it onto your face, like a real bonnet, you would want ribbon ties. And I'll show you how I'm going to display, well, you saw in the beginning how I'm going to display it, one of my mannequin ladies. So then next thing I did was just glue my bow to the bonnet. Simple and easy craft, took no time at all. And add a few of those pretty purple shamrocks in there because it is March and I like shamrocks in the spring especially. And add a few more purple flowers. And this is just tucking, like I've said in my bow videos, you don't have to have a perfect bow of any kind. You can always tuck a few flowers here and there and it makes it look extra special. Thank you for watching Ivy Creates. Please spread the love and subscribe and share with friends and all that good stuff. I hope you're enjoying this craft. I thought it came out super adorable. Alright, so I'm just going to finish it up here, and I've got all the flowers on it. And back in the days, you know, like I used to watch Little House on the Prairie a lot when I was growing up, and that's kind of what I was thinking when I did this. And I'm not going to sing the Easter Bonnet song for you, but you can look it up on Google, I'm quite sure. So anyways, this is what my little bonnet came out to look like. The next thing that I want to do is I'm going to take a canvas, and I'm taking a napkin that I purchased from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to take the napkin and Mod Podge it, or actually I'm using the Minwax polycrylic. And so I'm going to use that light Mod Podge. I want to take off the backing of the napkin because there's more than one layer. Every time you get a napkin, there's going to be more than one layer. So you take off that backing part and make sure you've got just the front layer. So I put down my Minwax polycrylic and spread it out a little bit. And I use it generously. I'm not, you know, putting just a little bit. I put a pretty good bit on there. And then gently as I possibly can, I sit the napkin down on where the polycrylic Minwax is. And I'm just pressing it down with my finger, trying not to stretch or anything like that, because, you know, the napkins, when you take them apart, they do become super easy to tear, and you don't really want to tear it. So now I'm just going over it with my heat gun, and then after it's dried, I go back and I added like this, you can't really tell, but it's like a bright blue with a lot of lavender in this color in my paint pot that I mixed, and it's Americana paint. I just mix my own colors. And so all I'm going to do is go around the outside of this, and this is to go with all my beautiful lavender stuff that I have. I know the camera makes it look super, super blue, but I promise you it does get more lavender as I'm working through it. And I'm just using a wide flat brush. You can use anything that you want to use. You can use a stiff brush. Sometimes I use a little bit of a dry brushing technique. Now this is a lighter, much, much lighter color, and this is a light lavender color. And so what I'm doing is I'm going around the edges of my napkin and just kind of pouncing it a little bit. And making it, you know, to where it all blends. Because I don't want anybody to look at it and go, oh, this is a napkin. I want them to look at it and say, this is a pretty cool piece of art. How'd you paint that? And that's the general idea behind this, is if you can't paint it, you can always use something to make it look like you did. In fact, I was in Dollar Tree today, and I saw they had these canvases, and they were supposed to be for home decor, and one of them is like a barn or something, and it's not colored. And I thought to myself, how cool is that? You could take it, it's already printed, you don't have to draw it, and you could just color it in and make you a nice painting. Alright, so that is what our bunny is going to look like. I'm going to add a little bit more to distress more and give it more depth. I keep adding, and that's pretty much how I do with any painting. I just keep adding until I find where I like it. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day today. It is beautiful here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and probably a little bit on the humid side, but you know, for March, it's, you never know what you're going to get. So I will be doing some series in my other videos very soon on some different techniques for painting and making it look like something when it's really not much of anything. And the reason why I wanted to do some painting series is I went to a craft type show this past weekend, and I was surprised at the number of really easy techniques that you can do that they were selling. So I want to show you guys how easy it is for you to do it. And so I'll be working on that. So stay tuned with our future videos, and I'm going to do a painting technique series that I think you'll really like. Now, I just covered the top of this with the Mod Podge, and then this is what our final product came out to look like. This is everything that we had, and I did have a little styrofoam bunny that I also got from the Dollar Tree that was super, super adorable, and I just painted it up and made it look real rustic. And now this is one of my many mannequins. I have some mannequin ladies, and I really haven't named her, so I got to give her a name. I hope you enjoyed this craft, and stay tuned for future videos. Hi, did you click that subscribe button and the notification bell? Well, if you don't hit that notification bell, you will miss out on our Thursday videos. So please go ahead, click it, and you'll be able to watch our videos that are coming up.